The following program may contain graphic content. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello? I don't understand. They have everything screwed up, Stacy. I can't discuss anything, but it's so wrong. So wrong. You know I would never ever hurt my children. And you wouldn't either.
Welcome to Court TV Legendary Trials. I'm your host, Judge Ashley Wilcott. Thank you for being with us. Jurors heard recorded jailhouse phone calls between Jessica and Daniel Groves in the death of baby Dylan trial. They listened to what seemed to be a hysterical and distraught mother. The two, though, were accused of killing their baby.
Do you recognize that document?
Yes, I do.
What is that?
This is a copy of her LPN license that's filed with the state of Ohio.
And when was it last active? Well, when was it inactive?
It was inactive 10/31 of 2018.
Do you know when she was last employed?
Yes, I don't have that in front of me, but yes, I actually went over and interviewed several people at her last job of employment.
Okay. And it would have been before this license expired?
Yes, it was.
Okay. Throughout your investigation, did you learn whether or not the Groves had other children?
Yes, I did.
Okay, and did they provide that information to you in
Yes.
addition to other sources?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Did you have an opportunity to speak with the other child?
Yes, I did.
Okay. How old is that child?
14.
Okay. Boy or girl?
Boy.
Okay. And name?
His name is Daniel Groves, Jr.
Okay. Without saying what he told you, were you able to determine whether or not he had seen baby Dylan with any injuries?
Yes, I was.
Were you able to ascertain whether or not he had been given an explanation about those injuries?
Yes, I was.
Okay. Was there any reason for you to believe in your investigation and through talking to him that Daniel Jr. had anything to do with this baby's injuries?
Absolutely not.
Detective Kunkel, did you have an opportunity throughout your investigation to listen to any jail calls or jail visits between these defendants and any other people outside the jail?
Yes, I did.
Okay. You would explain to the members of the jury how that jail phone system works?
Okay, so if you make a jail phone call, every person in the jail has a number, so you can look it up by the number. We can listen to just theirs. We can listen to anybody's phone call that's in jail. So you actually can listen from start to finish. Also, the visitation booths at the jail, they are also recorded as well, and we listen to them the same way. There's a system at the office we can get on, and we can listen to it.
Okay. Did you have an opportunity to review a jail visit between Jessica Groves and a Stacy Hall?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Did you confirm after that that the person on the other end of that jail visit was Stacy Hall?
Yes, I did.
Okay. How did you do that?
I actually spoke with her.
Stacy Hall?
Yes.
Okay. And ask you to recognize the items that would be on that disc.
Yes, I do. This would be calls through our jail system, so it could be either from the visitation booth or from a phone call made.
Okay. And have you had an opportunity to review those?
Yes, I have.
Inmate visits?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
United States of America.
This call will be recorded and subject to monitoring at any time. You may begin speaking now.
Hello? I don't understand. They have everything screwed up, Stacy. I can't discuss anything. But it's so wrong. So wrong. You know I would never ever hurt my children. And you wouldn't. And you wouldn't either. Oh, somebody did, and who did? Accidents happen. And you should have did the right thing. mistakes get made. I've been so distraught. I'm just falling apart. What you're to do is make calls. You could have messaged me. You didn't have no way. I haven't had no phone. I haven't had nothing. I have nobody. You knew I would have been there. You knew I would have. I don't know anybody's phone number. Aunt Linda won't accept my phone calls. All I have is Daniel, and he is stuck in here too. I don't know what to do. He's been honest with me from the start. I had no help. I can't help what I don't know. Oh my God. I don't know what to do. I don't think there's anything that you can do. There's not. I did not do this. We did not do this. But everything points that you did. I didn't. Everything looks different than it seems. If you're not there, you don't know. They're making me out to be a monster, and I am not. I know you're not. Neither is Daniel. But I didn't want to do this. Stacy, it was not because of that. That had nothing to do with it. Nothing. I swear to you, nothing. Nothing. One day I will explain it to you, I swear, but they had nothing to do with it. I promise you, with all that's in me, and all my children, nothing. You couldn't have anything of my sister. Of what? Anything that was stolen from him for us. No. Did you buy anything from anybody? No. Like what? I didn't know you had anything stolen from you. Well, like stuff. If I did, I would give it to you. Because I know how much that would mean to you. Because I know now everything that was at my house, everything that I have left of my children, my mother, Daniel's mother, is gone. They destroyed my house. I'm sure everything in it that is worth anything is gone. Yeah, I'm sure they did. I have nothing left. Nothing. I'm going to make sure that doesn't get the funeral. They were supposed to have a visit or a lighted vigil or something last night that I don't know. That doesn't really help, does it? No, it don't. Daniel's sister or somebody, I don't know who, was supposed to start a GoFundMe account. But I stayed up late. I can't read anymore. I can't.
Up next, more from that emotional phone call by Jessica Groves behind bars.
I just want to kiss Daniel, love Daniel so much, and hold him, because he's always going to be my baby.
The following program may contain graphic content. Viewer discretion is advised.
Thank you for watching Court TV Legendary Trials. Let's take you back to that courtroom for more in the death of baby Dylan trial.
I saw one thing that I can only imagine. I don't even want to see it. Even though that I love you, I never turned my back on you. I love you too. And all you had to do was reach out. I would have helped anyway with children's services, but then you just gave my name. I would have done whatever I could. I'm sorry, but I didn't have no means of communication, no nothing. CPS made Daniel not have a job, so we didn't have money. Stuck up there on the hill by myself, just me and him. The things have been going on for him for a long time. I know that. It's not what it all seems, I swear. Your baby's dead. I know. I suspect maybe there's another one. I don't know. I don't know. What are you going to do? I don't know. I don't know. I've lost my heart. I'm so empty. I love you. Love you. And I know it's your birthday. Yeah, happy birthday, right? You baby don't get a birthday. I know. I want him to so bad. I just want to hold him and kiss him and love him. I just want to kiss Daniel, little Daniel, so much and hold him because he's always going to be my baby, no matter how big he gets, even though he's bigger than me. And I haven't talked to him for so long. Maybe that you'll get to him. He probably don't even want to talk to me. He doesn't need to come in and see you. He doesn't. He doesn't need to see you like that. But in here, he doesn't. I know. He's such a good boy. And I'm so worried about him. He's good. I will be in his life. He's good. Well, he's with Phyllis. I said he's good. You've seen him? I haven't seen him. But I will. I can't now. I can't right now. But I will, and I will be in his life. Well, I don't know Phyllis's number. I got Linda's number, but she won't accept my calls. I expect that. Phyllis is not going to accept your calls either. No, but just recently I found out he has a girlfriend. But it's not a girl from around here. It's a girl he met on the line. She supposedly lives in Arkansas. He tells her he loves her. He wants to marry her. And I'm so scared that it's a predator. Because I don't know. I'm sure nobody knows this side. And I don't want him to be mad at me because this girl sent me text on his phone before it was turned off. She seems legit. She seems like a teenage girl. And it's somebody that he has to talk to. So I hope that it is somebody that is actually who they say they are. But I'm so worried that it's not. He's going to need a lot of people to talk to. He's such a good boy. I know he's a good boy. I've been told he's a good boy. And he's so smart. I don't know where he gets it. I really don't. And I know you're a good person. I know you are. Not many many people do. But I know. How are you going to find out if you are? I don't know. I can't even write Daniel a letter or anything. They did let me see him because he was cooperative with them. I told him where Daniel was. I told him. He did. Because they threatened him with murder. And you got it anyway. And got it anyway. I would never, Daniel would never, ever hurt our children. I would never hurt our children. When you're high, you don't know what you do. That had nothing to do with it. I swear to you. I swear. If it had anything, if there was even an inkling that it had anything to do with it, I swear I would tell you. I promise you. That had absolutely nothing to do with it. Nothing. Look in my eyes, in my soul. I'm telling you, nothing to do with it. I promise you. I'm getting death threats in here already. They holler through the door and call me names and tell me just to hang myself. Because if not, they're going to take care of it for me. They wouldn't even give me a blanket. They haven't given me soap. They won't let me take a shower. I finally took a shower, I don't even know, yesterday or the day before, with just water. And I stood there until I drip dry and put back all my dirty, filthy, nasty, stinky clothes. And then finally today, some other girl slid me soap and shampoo under the door so that I could take a shower because I felt nasty. I still feel nasty, but at least I did get a little bit of soap. They wouldn't even give me a spoon to eat with for like 4 days. You don't have to be suicidal in this place because this place will kill you, literally. But I promise you, don't believe what they're saying. How did you get there? I can't discuss anything. Everything that me and you have said, they're listening to everything. And they're going to take everything they can from me and run and try to bury me alive. I don't know how we're going to do it, but we're going to fight it. We've got to, because we did not do this. I promise you, accidents happen. And people make mistakes. Yes, we've done some things wrong, but nothing like this. Nothing. I promise you. I never expected to get a visit. Your nephew's coming up. Of course I would. I was hoping that you could come and see me. I didn't know that you would. But but I was hoping you would, and I didn't know your phone number. I only had 2 phone calls, and I tried calling Aunt Linda. I don't know what it was. And she rejected my calls. I don't know exactly why, but it is what it is, I reckon. I feel good for you taking stuff here, I know. I don't have the support that I should, and you never have. No, I know that. I was always there. I know. I was always there. But I don't know where you live. I don't know anybody's phone number. Don't have internet, and well, haven't had it for quite a while. So I've just it's just been me and Daniel. We are all we have. No matter what, me and him are forever. It's till death do you part. Do the good and the bad. And I know you know that because I know you didn't have the perfect marriage. Nobody does. Everybody has their problems. And you work through them. And you love each other forever, no matter what. And I'm so sorry for you for that. And I don't know that I'm as tough as...
Detective Conkle, when you were out of the trailer in that consent search, did you come across a calendar out there?
Yes, I did.
Okay. In your interviews with defendant Daniel Groves, did he ever give you a time frame or a date when baby Dylan might have died?
Yes, he did.
What did he tell you?
He told me that it was within a couple of days of Children's Services being there, which would have been March 28th, so he figured somewhere from the 28th to the 30th.
Okay.
Coming up, the cross-examination of the lead detective.
You have some words to describe Jessica Groves. You said cold,
Yes.
annoyed.
Yes.
From your experience, does that indicate some kind of guilt?
It can. A lot of times, yes.
The following program may contain graphic content. Viewer discretion is advised.
Welcome back to Court TV Legendary Trials. I'm Judge Ashley Wilcott. Thank you for joining us. Baby Dylan's father, Daniel Groves, eventually led investigators to his remains. He told police that Dylan died just after Children's Services came to their home wanting to take baby Dylan back into custody.
You could take a look at State's Exhibit 79. Is that the calendar you photographed when you were out there?
Yes, it is.
What date? What month is that picture? It's in the picture on the calendar.
April.
Okay. What year?
2019.
Okay. And there's some writing that you saw on a date on that calendar. Is that right?
Yes, there is.
Okay. What did that say?
On the 24th, it says, worst day ever.
Through your investigation, were you ever able to relate April 24th to any event in this case?
Yes, I was.
Tell the jury what that was.
When Daniel was removed.
Was there any other notation on that calendar between March 28th and April 24th that would indicate when baby Dylan was murdered?
No, there was not.
You've heard some conversations in here this week about questionable cell phone service out in that area.
Yes, I have.
Can you explain to the jury, is there any service out there?
Yeah, it is spotty. I know I used my phone out there. Not every place. You had to move around. After being there so long, you could know where to go to get service. And depending on, I have AT&T, different phones could be different. But if you would go down to the end of their driveway, there's a neighbor right there. Very friendly man.
Okay. One neighbor, several neighbors?
There's a lot of neighbors, but I just happened to talk to him and when I was out there.
Okay. Detective Kunkel, in the event that somebody doesn't have a home phone, are you aware through your employment with the Sheriff's Department ways that people can reach 911?
Yeah, so even if you don't have phone service, if you have a phone in your house and it's plugged in, you can call 911 and we will answer. It goes straight through. It doesn't have to be hooked up through a phone service. You don't have to have a phone bill.
Just plug it into the wall and it'll let you call 911?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay. To your knowledge, Detective Kunkel, were there ever any calls made for emergency assistance for baby Dylan to that house?
There was not.
From your investigation, Detective Kunkel, was there ever any reason for you to believe that anybody else had been around this baby?
No.
Do you see Jessica Groves and Daniel Groves here in the courtroom today?
Yes, I do.
Reflect the witnesses pointed to and identified as defendants.
Like how just Your Honor, this time I don't have any more questions.
Thank you, Ms. Hutchinson. Mr. Stratton, you may cross-examine.
Good afternoon, Detective Conklin.
Good afternoon.
We went through a lot of information, so we're going to step back a little bit here. You have some words to describe Jessica Groves. You said cold,
Yes.
annoyed,
Yes.
standoffish,
Yes.
and closed off.
Yes.
From your experience as a detective, as a police officer for 27 years?
That is correct. Almost. March.
Okay. As from your experience, does that indicate some kind of guilt?
It can. A lot of times, yes.
You mentioned that Daniel gave you a date of death. What were those dates again?
He said that it was shortly after, his words to me was shortly after Children's Services was there, which was on March the 28th. He thought maybe within a couple of days, which would be March 30th.
Shortly after Children's Services was there, correct?
That is correct.
Okay. And then you were shown by the prosecution a calendar that had written on April 24th, worst day ever.
Yes, I was.
Okay. And that day was the day that their last child was taken out of the house, correct?
That's the information that was given to me. That is correct.
Okay. That day, Daniel Jr. was taken by who? Do you know?
I would assume Children's Services.
Okay. No further questions, Your Honor. Thank you.
Mr. Stratton, Ms. Scott, you may cross-examine the witness.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Good afternoon, Detective Kunkel.
Good afternoon.
Tear these out so I don't flip and make that noise on the microphone. You had an opportunity through your investigation to have encounters with both Daniel Groves and Jessica Groves, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And as part of that investigation, would you accurately state that, or am I accurately stating that my client originally was not very cooperative with the investigation up front? He didn't tell you the truth where the body was located, correct?
That is correct. He lied a lot.
Okay. Do you recall the exact date and the exact time when you first encountered him after he was arrested?
The exact time I would not have in front of me. The date would have been the 10th.
He was arrested the evening of the 10th, correct?
That is correct.
And you would have encountered him that same evening, correct?
That is correct.
Okay. And at that point in time, I believe that both you and him indicated that he had been under the influence of drugs.
That is correct.
Okay. That he appeared sick, and he also admitted that to you, that he was dope sick.
Yes, that is correct.
Okay. And obviously, I'm sure he had had multiple encounters with law enforcement by that period of time, and would have explained to him that he was facing some very potentially serious charges in relation to the child, his whereabouts not being known, correct?
I was not out there during when he was arrested or when she was arrested, so I can't tell you what conversation took place, but normally when you're the detective doing the interview or you're the lead on something, no one else would even question them or talk to them about the situation. But again, I was not there.
Okay. When you encountered Mr. Groves, did you tell him what possible charges he may be facing?
Yeah, throughout the interview, based on only the information he gave me, which was not correct information, I did bring up possible what it could be, but ultimately I don't make that decision. The prosecutor's office does.
I understand that.
Okay.
But would the nature of those charges cause someone to be intimidated?
That's something you'd have to ask him.
Okay. When you have had your multiple years of experience and your multiple times of investigating and talking to different individuals, is it atypical that someone's not cooperative with you up front?
Actually, I have a lot of them that are cooperative up front and very, very helpful, but I do have those who lie and that are not cooperative.
And is that especially true when there are very serious charges that people are facing or believe they may be facing?
I've had people come in instantly that's had serious charges, worse than this, and admit to it and tell the truth.
But it's both ways.
It can be both ways.
Okay. But as the investigation went on, Daniel Groves indicated to you that he wanted to be truthful with you, correct?
When I would get onto him or prove to him that I knew he was lying, he would tell me a little bit more, some being false, some who knows.
Okay. The same words that you used to describe Jessica Groves, cold, annoying, belligerent, and I didn't write down all of those various words. Would you say those same things about Daniel Groves?
No, I would not.
Okay. Did he appear as if he was more trying to be forthcoming with you, or not belligerent to you, not rude to you?
He appeared like when I would catch him in the lies, he was more trying to cover those more than anything, but not cold and standoffish.
Okay. And did he seem as if he was genuinely concerned about the situation that he was facing?
He seemed more concerned about the dogs, actually.
He did seem concerned about the dogs.
Yeah.
He also seemed concerned about his wife, too, as well.
The wife and the dogs more than anything. Yes, that is correct.
Okay. But he did show some genuine concern to you. Whether it be about the dogs, his wife, or whatever, he wasn't being cold, he wasn't being distant, he wasn't being annoying, and he wasn't being belligerent, correct?
I would say that's correct, yes.
Okay. He did consent and went out with you actually to his residence?
Yes.
Did Mrs. Groves do that?
No, but I did not ask her to.
I'm not saying whether you did or you didn't, but he did.
Yes, he did.
Okay. He accompanied to you the residence. He executed a search warrant with you, correct?
Was not a search warrant, but it was a consent to search. Yes.
Okay.
That is correct.
Next, the lead detective admits to a truth that Daniel Groves told police.
I'm not denying he lied, but he did end up telling you the truth.
About the location.
Correct?
Yes.
Okay.
The following program may contain graphic content. Viewer discretion is advised.
This is Court TV Legendary Trials. Thank you for tuning in. Let's take you back to the courtroom for more Ohio versus Jessica and Daniel Groves.
And at one point in time, you described him as being emotional. That he even got, when he was out at one of the scenes, I believe it was one of the very first scenes that he took you to, or he was purporting was the scene or the location of where the body would be found. He got emotional.
The first false location.
Correct.
Yes, he appeared to get emotional.
Okay.
Because nothing was there.
I understand that, but he did appear to be emotional. He wasn't cold. He wasn't distant.
No.
He was emotional.
Yeah, very talkative.
Okay. He also described to you that him and Jessica came up with the Children's Services taking the baby story together.
Yes, he did.
Okay. When she came into the room, he even offered to give her his drinks when you told them that they could share the drinks. He said she can have them all, correct?
That is correct, yes.
Okay. You also heard, and we also saw in that interview, how she described her own self, how belligerent she was to the cops when she felt the cops were being belligerent to her, correct?
Yes.
You did not hear that same description coming from Daniel Groves, did you?
Daniel saying the cops were belligerent?
That he was belligerent to the cops, or how he behaved towards the officers on the scene.
I was not advised of that. That is correct.
But you did not see any of that being described to you?
No, I did not.
When you were sitting in the other room and then when we watched it here today, correct?
That is correct, yes.
Okay. You also heard how Jessica Groves and her, when they were sitting in that room together, advised Daniel how she described to the police officers how he was not violent, how he didn't have a violent bone in his body. You heard her talk about that, correct?
Yes, I did hear that.
Okay. You also heard her describe, or you also told Daniel that you believed he was emotional about the whole situation and now how he loved that baby. You told him that?
Yes, I did tell him that.
Okay. And at the end of all of this, he finally tells you the true location of the baby. Is that correct?
At the very end, that is correct.
Yeah. You were in the vicinity of where that well was, correct? When you went out there in that open field,
yeah, I would guess.
All those.
I would guess about a length of a football field. That's totally a guess. Yes.
Okay. So you were, and he also told you that there were other wells on that property too, to make sure that you didn't have any other accidents or somebody step in one accidentally. He told you that there were other at least another well.
Yes, he did. That is
okay.
correct. Yes.
Okay. So he showed some concern for your safety.
Well, he didn't say why he was telling us that,
right.
But he did say there was another well.
Okay. In that last audio that we heard played with Jessica and Stacy Hall, we once again heard Jessica describe Daniel as being cooperative with the police. Correct?
If you call cooperative also lying, yes.
Well, but she called him cooperative.
Oh, yes, she called him cooperative, yes.
Okay. I'm not denying he lied, but he did end up telling you the truth.
About the location.
Correct?
Yes.
Okay. And you were able to recover the body?
Yes, we were.
And he's the only one that did so of those two?
That is correct, yes.
He even asked to speak to you. He asked to speak to you.
When he was in jail, that is correct, yes.
Okay. He reached out to you.
That
it
is
wasn't
correct.
the other way around when this all finally came out, correct?
That is correct, yes.
He initiated the conversation with you even after he had an attorney assigned to him, correct?
That is correct, yes.
And that's not something he needed to do? That is not something he needed to do. Once he got counsel and he's no longer, he's no longer under any obligation to talk to you without his counsel being present.
That is correct. He wanted to see Jessica.
Right, but he also wanted to see you.
Right, so I can arrange that. That is correct.
But he also spoke to you.
Yes, he did.
That wasn't the only thing that he asked to get accomplished. He asked to speak to you.
He did ask to speak to me, yes.
Okay, and he came clean.
He came clean about the location.
Of the baby.
Yes, after we got out there and he showed us another false location. That is correct.
Sure. But at the end of the day, he was the only one that did so of those two, correct?
That is correct.
Thank you. I have no further questions right now, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mrs. Scott. Any redirect?
Just a couple.
Detective Conkle, after you overheard their conversation and you removed Jessica from the room, he still denied.
Absolutely.
But he said what he said and what you heard him say to her about taking you to the wrong location.
Yes, I just had to keep calling him a liar and stay on him. That is correct.
Would it be accurate to say you never even asked Jessica about that conversation after you took her out of there?
That is accurate.
Okay. And so then he takes you back out into this field away from where the baby actually is recovered.
That is correct.
So after the 10th, the 11th, the 12th, at some point you do recover that body.
That is correct.
Do you have an opportunity to interview this defendant again on the 14th?
Yes, I did.
Okay. And would it be accurate to say at that time he denies his involvement in the child's death but admits that he dumped his body?
That is correct.
Okay. And then did you have an opportunity to listen to his inmate visitation with a female?
Yes, I did.
And in that conversation, he denies all involvement and denies dumping the body. Isn't that right?
That is correct.
I have nothing further.
Any recross? Mr. Stratton?
No, Your Honor.
Mrs. Scott?
Your Honor, if I can have just a moment. Detective Conkle, I believe that you were asked about, based on my questions to you, that Daniel is the only person that you ended up having a follow-up conversation with. Is that correct?
What she asked,
Of those two individuals.
what she asked me is after they were in there talking to each other, did I talk to Jessica after that, or was it just Daniel? It was just Daniel.
And it was just Daniel because he was the one that was more approachable in this situation, correct?
Yes, that is correct.
Thank you.
Further questions, Mrs. Scott?
No further questions. Thank you. Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. Step down.
The defense pointed out that Daniel Groves eventually reached out to investigators and showed them where baby Dylan was later found. But an investigator who testified said that didn't exonerate him in the death of his baby boy. Thanks for tuning in. More on the way. Please stay with us.